At around 1 p.m., a 1982 Toyota Corolla rolls into the parking lot of a Good Guys electronics store, then quietly comes to a stop. Four men exit and walk calmly into the store.
He didn't go in there to buy goods. He came in there to get hostages and shoot people.
They said we came in to die and we're going to take as many of you with us as we can.
Rather, they opened fire at the ceiling and herd the customers and staff into a group. They are armed with three 9mm semi-automatic pistols and a shotgun, with a very particular goal in mind. There's a total of 41 hostages, unaware that they are about to be caught in
the largest hostage standoff in American history.
And in one of the most terrifying situations where a mistake is made during the rescue operation and changes everything.
Butterfly.
Law enforcement rapidly mobilizes as a 911 call is placed at 1:33. The hostages are in a single-story building with two main entrances, the front entrance made up of glass doors and a rear entrance. Negotiators make contact with the store. Initially, the perpetrators demanded $4 million, 41,000-year-old ginseng roots, 4 bulletproof vests, a 50-troop military helicopter, and transportation for everyone to Thailand, and a refueling stop in Alaska. Over time, their demands fluctuated, becoming more and more outrageous.
They wanted a letter from the President of the United States
to 4 vests that they asked to be the RoboCop type vests that covered your head and legs and everything, assuming that we actually had something of that nature.
Nevertheless, throughout the negotiations, their demands for bulletproof vests remain constant, so an officer starts approaching with a bulletproof vest. Although the perpetrators aren't fully convinced, they force him to strip to his underwear in order to prove that he is unarmed. Then, they send a woman hostage to grab it. Once received, they release 3 hostages: the woman who had been sent earlier to retrieve the vest, her baby, and a young girl. An hour after the first hostages are freed, another woman and 3 children are allowed to leave. This allowed police to gain information on the situation inside the store. So far, no hostages have been harmed. The 4 perpetrators are young Vietnamese immigrants driven by a single mission. Brothers Loy, Pham, and Long Nguyen, along with their friend Quang Tran. Suddenly, gunshots are heard from within the store. The suspects were testing the bulletproof vest.
They gave them a regular flak jacket, a regular bulletproof vest, and that's not what they wanted.
If you make me mad, I can kill other people here. You better hurry up. I don't want to play around.
They wanted full body armor. We don't have such a thing. There is no such a thing.
While the situation was unraveling, the police were cooking up a plan. After receiving a blueprint of the building, the SWAT team is told that there is only one single entrance to the store that isn't equipped with any sort of alarm, making it their sole viable entry point. Obviously, they couldn't walk through the main entrance, as the perpetrators would instantly become suspicious. On the other hand, the rear entrance, while accessible, was ruled out as well, as it was under surveillance and approaching it risked triggering an alarm. With no other viable entry point, the team breached a rear freight door leading to an adjacent fabric store. Once inside, they removed a ceiling tile near the shared wall. Using a pole-mounted mirror, they confirmed the rear entrance had been barricaded by boxes. They installed a fisheye camera through the ceiling, aimed into the showroom to monitor the situation below. On the day of the crisis, Pham Nguyen made a brief appearance at school, feigning a toothache to be let out early. At home, the brothers told their parents that they were going fishing. It's now been 5 hours since the attack began, and things are starting to change. The hostage takers arranged several captives in front of the entrance, binding them with speaker wire and forcing them to stand or kneel. With each passing hour and no progress in negotiations, the 4 perpetrators grew increasingly frustrated.
As the day went on, like I say, tension rose and it seemed less optimistic.
But finally, a breakthrough seemed possible. At 8:20, another hostage is released.
Yeah, tell him to go right now. He's leaving right now. Turn to the left. He's leaving right now. Okay.
The group's leader, later shown to be Loy Nguyen, offered to surrender on the condition that they be allowed to keep their weapons and bulletproof vests in prison. The negotiator played along. However, after consulting with the others, he came back with bad news. His partners refused. Moments later, the line went dead.
Hello? Hello? Hello, talk to me. Hello? Pick up the phone. Somebody pick up the phone.
When contact resumed, a different voice answered and informed everyone that he was now in control.
Listen up and listen clear, okay? Or there will be one deaf person, one of those 2 standing at the door.
This was the voice of Long Nguyen, the youngest of the brothers. Brash, unpredictable, and in this moment, no longer taking orders.
No, I'm the boss. When I say send them out, you send them out.
Shots were once again fired at the store's security cameras. The balance of control had shifted, and it was about to spiral. The hostages were divided into two groups and had begun flipping a coin to decide their fates. At approximately 9 p.m., a shot is fired. The man in the red shirt crawls towards his freedom and delivers a message to the world.
There are 4 gunmen and good guys holding approximately 20 people hostage. They want 3 bulletproof jackets, a helicopter, and firearms. They already shot me. That's all I have to say.
Sean is the 9th and final hostage released. The perpetrators claimed that they were trying to draw attention to the troubles of their home country and that this was a one-way mission. The police are given the green light. A sniper would issue the signal to execute the assault. Jeffrey Boyce would fire on any subject whom he could obtain a clear line of sight, which would be the signal to the SWAT team inside to storm the building. At that point, the police attempted to distract the gunmen by putting the hostage they just released on the news, which would move them to the television area of the store, but this tactic did not work.
You have gone too far. You have shot somebody.
You think I'm a liar, huh?
Yes, and I want you.
Okay, let's be a liar. I shoot the more people die, and then that we can be a real
better-
liar.
For some, the situation has now been dragged on for too long.
Oh no. Okay, easy. We've got a guy, we've got hostage down. He's, look at diabetes.
Unable to withstand the pressure, Harold Brooks, an elderly hostage, faints. Although the gunmen don't care, they fire.
Don't shoot anybody.
I just shoot 3 of them, 4 of them, Danny.
I told you.
Shoot them on the leg right now, and then I'll ask you again. You say no, I kill them.
I told you that as soon as they are coming outside, I will give you
Okay,
the
I'll
vest.
shoot them right now. Just please.
No, why do that?
Okay then.
Just let them go and the vest is coming.
I just broke his leg right there.
Now, or else, next bullet is gonna be on his head. I just broke his leg.
The situation is now dire. Negotiations have collapsed, trust evaporated, and tempers inside the store are flaring. The hostage takers have already shot and injured 2 men. Who knows what they might do next?
Deadline after deadline passed. They got more panicked.
The people inside plead to the negotiators.
Hello? I've got hostages begging to tell you what these guys want. Give me yes or no, and he's going to shoot somebody right now. Yes, we are ready to deliver 1 vest. It says 3 vests! Come on, the situation's getting out of hand here.
It's been nearly 8 hours and they have only received 1 bulletproof vest. Their frustration has reached a boiling point.
Hey, listen, I'm a hostage. The police have a whole force full of jackets. What's 3 more jackets? Someone's going to die here because you guys are stupid.
The police come up with another plan. They would bring attention to the front of the store by delivering the 2nd bulletproof vest. Once perpetrators moved into view to retrieve it, the sniper, now with a clear shot, would fire and initiate the operation for the SWAT team in the back. The mission begins. A 2nd bulletproof vest is delivered shortly after Brooks was shot. It was supposed to be exchanged for more hostages, but no one was released. A woman is sent out to retrieve the 2nd vest with her wrist tied behind her and harnessed with more speaker cord. Then, the sniper shot is fired. But the bullet is deflected by the glass door as it is swung shut and it hits the target's ear. A stun grenade is tossed into the store from outside and 1 hostage manages to scramble to safety through the shattered glass door. Immediately, the hostage takers run back and forth and start to fire at the hostages who are tied down in a row behind the glass door, in full view of the news cameras broadcasting the event live. Just as this is happening, the SWAT team rushes in. They divide it into 3 main areas. Hamill and Price cleared the west side of the store, Peterson and Kelly the east side, and Devlin and Smith went straight up the middle. Stanfield took up a rearguard position. It takes the SWAT team 2 to 3 seconds to get through the back doors from where they had been hiding. As the team began its movement toward the front of the store, the remaining hostage takers immediately began to fire on the entry team and hostages. Devlin, Kelly, and Peterson take out the shotgun-wielding suspect. At the same time, officers seized the moment to pull the tethered woman to safety. On the west side of the store, the team fires at one of the suspects before he could react. Then, they spotted another armed suspect and fired on him, but he managed to disappear into the chaos. That's when they fire at another suspect. At this point, the team could only account for 3 of the suspects and immediately began a systematic search for the 4th. Price and Hamill discovered an unarmed Asian male lying on the floor, wearing the sole bulletproof vest that had been provided earlier. Once he was rolled over, they discovered he had a bullet wound, accounting for all 4 suspects. While the hostage crisis lasted 8.5 hours, it took only 30 seconds from the initial police entry until the gunfire ceased, finally bringing the night to an end. 11 hostages were injured and 3 lost their lives. 1 also suffered a miscarriage. Out of the 4 suspects, 3 were killed and 1 was injured. Many wondered what was the root cause of this attack.
And the reason being is because all of them had been very dissatisfied with their opportunities, job opportunities here, and so they wanted to go back to Thailand. That's where the leader.
Loy Kak Nguyen was sentenced to 49 life terms in prison, 41 to be served consecutively without the chance of parole. The 1991 Sacramento hostage crisis was a textbook operation until it wasn't. Despite meticulous planning and hours of negotiation, the situation collapsed in seconds, not from failure, but from the impossible unpredictability of 4 desperate men.